I walked and a mile, and now I'm sweaty.
Awesome.
Good times. Good times. At least I'm all warmed up and ready to game. All right. All right. So, there are a lot of reasons why alright, that's right. I gotta get rid of some stuff. Adjustable wrench, aluminum can, ashtray, Balkan hammer, bendable base, Bunsen burner, camera, cigar box. I have crystal. I have 4 crystal. That's fuck, dude. Feather duster. Flip lighter. Gold-plated flip lighter. Lantern. Microscope. Plunger. Red plate. Research test tube. Saw, shot glass. And telephone. Awesome. Oh man. Oh yeah, back to what I was talking about earlier. The reason why I'm obsessed with zombies is because it's it's long been an outstanding an outstanding thought or outlier that we are not the only existence, basically, or planet, I guess, that can house life and has life on it that's intelligent. So there have been a lot of times when there have been a lot of times when okay, I gotta get a different gun out. 26. All right. All right. I'm gonna go and get some fire. Didn't have any bullets. There we go. Reaver 2. Awesome. Yeah, but I've since noticed a trend of stuff that people kind of like are, I don't know, like, I mean, have you ever heard of the concept of parallel realities or parallel universes? Like, let's say for instance, like someone a long time ago goes, or maybe like an organism is transferred from one point to another, and that organism let's see, that organism shares the traits of an entire generation of people, and as that generation of people starts to kind of evolve, that person, at that same time, who has gone to a different area or a different place, starts to evolve as well. They're experiencing different what's the word, God damn it. They're experiencing different existences, basically. One maybe, but it's in an entire fortress of solitude or anything like that, like the Superman syndrome, basically. The I don't know, like, I guess, but like someone who is detached from a certain existence or a certain civilization, or maybe even just a certain number of things that actually make them feel better. That person goes into not like what's it? Research logs. Increase toxicity. Samples from Lake Poet. Usually there's an A after that. Quanapoeta. Poeta. Lobster growth. It's like within the realm of like people say that, like, oh my god, like the inside of the earth is always churning, but what if they're wrong? What if the only reason why we're actually experiencing those vibrations is because of an oscillating rotation? And what if those oscillating rotations cause geometric it's like basically, like, instead of putting a balloon inside of a gyrosphere, basically, or inside of a gyroscope, or like one of those the gravity things, it's like eventually pops and goes out of one side. So if you take into account rotation or anything like that as per something that have switched atoms, because in retrospect, the reason why I think the Earth and the Sun and all those other different planets are actually in actual in rotation at all is because of them going through a what's the word? Collision, basically. Like for instance, it basically mimics atomic structure in some cases. But moreover, imagine being inside of yourself, like, and not being able to get out. It's like sleep paralysis almost. Realizing that is a thing. Imagine, or not imagine, but try to visualize what it would be like with someone who is dreaming, but is awake. Like, and imagine that dream, or not imagine, but visualize that dream taking over their livelihood and becoming their reality, basically. What's up? What's up? Stop wearing what?
very old. You're going to break.
What are you talking about? Oh, okay. Oh. Alright, but imagine, or visualize, being in a dream, okay? But you're moving your body, okay? You're in a dream, and basically anything that you visualize inside of that dream, being you inside of your own body, kind of, keeps you there in that dream state. Basically, you're imagining things, you're making things up, and it's kind of like augmented reality in a sense, but in a sense that you're not realizing is that you can imagine things in different forms. So, but that in itself is not the way that is. So within a certain right or a certain thing, if you were to visualize what it would be like to go up against some sort of monster or crazy demon or anything like that, you would be basically dreaming almost. Like if you dreamed up let's see what the safe control, stage lock. Okay, office keys. The keys to your office. I need to print out more of the sign-up sheets and info pamphlets for the harbor blockade. Did you leave them in the ship again? Alright, okay. Compensated armor-piercing 10mm pistol. I already got some of that. And silver foil is fine. But also realizing that in that dream state, you imagine whatever kind of thing. But it would take something very powerful to be able to bring you down to a state where you're in a dream, but would also bring you to a state where you're walking around and using all your motor skills. So, say for instance you're that thing, like basically you're hungry, your bodily functions, you know your bodily functions, and you know all the things that you're using. It would take a virus, so maybe like of some sort of caliber of to be able, I'd say like the characteristics would probably be I know I'm touching my face in a bunch, but I washed my hands, so no worries. It would be it would take on the characteristics of rabies, E. coli, all those other different things, but would have certain mutated traits that would suggest things to the user, or maybe mess around with someone's, or put pressure onto someone's glands or frontal lobe. And that frontal lobe basically is the thing that basically shows you everything that you see. So as you pushes pressure on your frontal lobe, locked tight, it would make you see things that you would hallucinate whenever you're dreaming. So you have the same recurring dream, and it would be like hell or heaven or anything like that. And that's where basically I think that people even gotten those notions from, was because kind of like wandering around in the desert for ages. So yeah. And it has a lot to do with overheating. So realize that when you're overheated, you need to be able to cool down and cool off and stuff like that. So if ever you're like, you feel as though you need alcohol or anything sort of thing like that, and you're kind of sweating profusely or something like that, drink water, or drink like a power drink or an energy drink or something like that. But drink water. Try to drink water with it. I mean, and I have to drink water with this thing, but it's still clean. But yeah, that's my obsession with zombies, is that it's actually plausible. Okay, like it's actually feasible to be able to. Okay, the thing is in the boat, so I'm gonna see if I get rads. I get +3 rads. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this fast. So, where's the boat at? There's the boat. I gotta get my power suit. I gotta fast travel. I'm gonna get some aid. Alright, and see if I ride away. I have Rad X. Nice. But basically, it's a feasible or plausible thing to be able to, and then as in technology kind of taking over our lives a little bit. It kind of reminds me of not like what's a good analogy to be able to center this around. The analogy of hardened sniper rifle. Oh, that's right. I killed this guy. He was a fucking crazy dude. But notice my brain, the way that my brain works, kind of, it's not a lot of memory. It's more a lot of recognition, I guess. And if I learned how to write better, then I'd probably be able to actually, what you would call it, alright, upper skull. So the boat's out there, basically, and I gotta get to it at some point or another. So basically, that's kind of the whole process of by which I've actually seen something. So basically, it's like it mimics when we're sick. I think a part of our brain doesn't shut down, but it sort of overworks itself, and when it overworks, it kind of heats up, I guess. But I think that's a signification of back in the day when people used to poison each other a lot. Coop Manor. Croup Manor. Croup Manor. And also awesome feral ghouls. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Okay, I gotta get some weapons. Missile launcher. I'm gonna use this and take them all out. Awesome, I died. But that's basically where I stand. Like your brain kind of works in a dream state, kind of, but it move in certain ways. But imagine like thinking you're a dog, you know, thinking for an instance that you're a dog. And then I'm gonna go to Croup Manor. Is that the boat? Is that a boat? That's a boat. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I have the missile launcher out. I'm tired of dealing with these zombies. Ghouls, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So basically there was a virus that kind of acts like rabies, that makes you feel like you're a little bit more angered or something like that. And then within that is like bird flu, I guess, to make it, I just killed myself. That's awesome. Or influenza or something like that. Something that spreads fast. And through a bunch of different kinds of stuff, it actually seems plausible, basically, because there actually are things out there that cause other animals to literally drop their everything that they do and makes them think that they're pregnant, and then instills instincts in them. Now, granted, I mean, it might be like, it'd have to be like engineered in a lab or something like that to actually like really terrify me as a person, because I think there are certain ways to be able to reroute the brain's capacities, and there are certain other ways to be able to basically cure whatever virus it is that's doing whatever it's doing. It's like, I think the medulla oblongata, the thing that controls our anger, or I don't know if I actually have one, but there are a lot of times where where people have made breakthroughs in certain things, certain scientific or psychological evaluation through stress testing, and a lot of times what the farts? Got him. What the farts? That's what they do. They're freaking stupid and junk. But yeah, that's basically the reasons why I kind of got into it as much as I could, because it was the most scientifically plausible. I may be like a fucking balloon when it comes to actual facts and things like that, but there are certain things that I've learned over the years that I've been studying different things, and the way that it initiates the anger is it induces hormones. So I think that it'd be a hormone gland attacker. It would, I mean, that would probably be the more like so basically, to make auditory hallucinations a thing, basically people would just make them imagine sort of something and them being inside of their body, because of the virus that kind of makes them recede into what's the word? Their vision basically recedes into the um shit. Their vision basically recedes into the. Got all those bitches except for one. Wait, there's one. Okay. Alright. Bottle caps. And if you notice, there are certain things that can actually happen to make it completely an oh shit. I'm gonna go back to hardened sniper rifle. God damn it. Got him. Both. Book lighter, oven net, silver tip knife, bottle caps, fancy hairbrush. Ooh. But yeah, basically that's kind of the reason why I think that if it is an evolving parasite or a virus that is mutated into something else, you would think that God damn it. You son of a bitch. But basically, yeah, that's kind of my whole construct of it. I'm gonna explain it out again. Not again, but I'm gonna go into greater detail because in the way that our brains work, or at least what I've studied, there are synapses that spark, basically, that are jolted by our brainstem and what we use as far as energy, or what we eat as far as food goes. Moving around in that area of expertise, I think there has a lot to do with not just the kind of food you eat, but the more that I think that it's the more I think it's what's the word? I really should not have gotten my sniper rifle. I should have gotten on my but I didn't think I was actually gonna get any enemies around there. The more that I think about it, I think that it has to do with a parasite that knows water, I guess. It would have to be an underwater creature sort of parasite. Since our bodies are 75% water, or whatever it is, or whatever the thing is, it would have to be a parasite that feeds off of you in order to be able to sustain itself. To be a full-fledged zombie, I think it would actually have to be able to wire itself completely around the entire structure of your skeletal system and nervous system. So basically, it would attach itself to your central nervous system, and then it would start to move, or it would start to move your body. So basically, that's dead people walking around, but it's still feeding off of something. But as it takes food in, it still feeds off of that because it probably punched a hole through someone's stomach, or maybe even just through their esophagus to be able to. And that's probably why they get the gurgle, I guess. Or not even punched a hole, but just fucking ate a hole through someone's esophagus. And So basically, like, realize, if this happens, or if this is a plausibility or something like that, realize it needs to be more widely known that if there is something out there that's mutated, or because of some sort of oil spill or nuclear power plant going down, shutting down, some sort of fungus decides to attach itself onto something that's been irradiated, that can evolve a little bit faster because it ate irradiated pieces when it was super young. So it just adapts to that, basically, as far as fungus goes. And anything that, so I mean, any like nuclear meltdown or something like that, that's it's a real it's a real thing to be worried about. Like, and that's why I've gone towards it so much. And so it's a real thing to be worried about. Like any kind of sea life that have any sort of microbes in it that's been like, oh man, it could be a virus. It could be like some sort of virus, but it would have to be implemented world round. It would have to be like the fire that dude set to his own house, and then that guy who killed himself or whatever. It would have to be like a certain. There'd have to be like a plan set in place to be able to inflict as much. Like, you would have to get every single person to interact as soon as the virus actually comes out. Or reasons for people to constantly go out or constantly do things like Coachella and different things like that, you know? Because going out and doing a bunch of different stuff as far as concerts go and movies and a whole bunch of different stuff wasn't really introduced to our society until about, I'd say 1940, 1950. It was right after the Great Depression, and they didn't want to rock the boat to try to make money off of something that didn't work, or something that didn't get seen by so many people. And I don't know, just I don't know, but it seems extremely plausible, and if it's plausible at all, I think then it's manifestable, I think, and what people would actually see in like media sometimes. It's plausible. It's really plausible. I don't think anyone's disagreeing with me, I guess, but I want to have a debate. Like, what would be the most ideal mutation if something actually happens? Like, if it's just something that mutates you and then immediately dies, because that's the option that I think is the difference. It's like the catalyst to our own evolution kind of thing. That if not met with within such like finite or parasitic ways, would something be able to coexist with humans? I mean, not to say that thing would, if it did exist, would have any rights at all, because technically speaking, it would still be very dangerous. And yeah, that's basically the gist of things. But I think the biggest thing that people need to start looking at is whether all these things that people are talking about on these fictional boards, if they're real, because it really gets to me. Like, it really gets to me when people don't take into the realm of possibility that things could be real. Oh my goodness. Like, but the science behind a whole bunch of different stuff, it's like, you can't make up elements, basically, in certain areas or in certain states. You can't make up those elements because of certain things. It's like, is that a branch made of like petrified steel or petrified petrified redwood, basically. And this is the fucked up part, is every single time I group together, I don't have my shit out. Okay, and let's see if we can get our combat shotgun out. We got 35 bullets. Let's go. What the fuck? I just shot that dude in the fucking face. And then he fucking was a little bitch. God damn it. I'm not good for kids. That's the reason why I'm and also I'm getting through some issues. I think the mental processes for me to be so interested in something like this would have to be so disconnected from actual society, or so disconnected from actual the know or the loop or any sort of thing, to be able to actually lose myself, or not lose myself, but lose my thought process in this kind of possibility, I guess. And not really losing my thought process, but I have 8 of them, but it's the Molotov cocktail separate one. So the more you see this sort of unknowingness of, he just mutated and I died, little bitch. God damn it. So basically, seeing into this obsession, or minor obsession that I have, it's because, and I move my hands around a lot because I watch people who move their hands around a lot, so I'm socially and unequivocally suggestive one to be able to move my hands. So, yeah. So basically, my obsession, or my tiny obsession with the zombie apocalypse, technically means that if the virus had been already administered, like there's suggestions saying that there's like this virus that kills off like half the population and some sort of thing, suggestions, I guess. People saying different things or trying to say that they do different things, or I don't know, just overall saying that that certain governments and certain people are just or just a certain way of life was just not as good, I guess. Oh man, it's but just realize this: if it is plausible or malleable in your mind that these zombie-like creatures can exist, it would be a catalyst to the amount of bullshit that everyone kind of just spews every once in a while. Not to say like the angry stuff or any of that stuff, but the fact of the matter that it would be a catalyst to the fact of people saying that death, or that people who say that once life stops existing here, then it stops existing at all. Or saying that nothing happens, or saying that anything can happen. It's saying that it just speaks to how open or closed-minded you are, kind of. in a certain sense. It's breaking down religion and all of its different former things. Atheists, you don't believe in anything because you believe that you've lived already. You've lived every single part of your life, and you don't believe in that God or that person or that thing. Or believing in Christianity is symbolistic to governmental change and slow progression towards a utopia, right? And then Muslims believe that there is a unifying factor in everyone's life that makes them peaceful or vengeful or rageful, but as you go back to that certain factor or that certain thing, or as you track back to that factor, you start to realize that you misinterpreted sort of things about it to gain true enlightenment or true Allah's praise, basically, or God's praise, or God's favor. Let's see. Russians don't have religion, but they're constantly they're poor, I guess. Their country is hurting and hemorrhaging money constantly. That sucks. But also, too, it has a lot to do with them investing in nothing but weapons. So, it's like you got to do something in between the stuff that you do to make sure that you help people and stuff like that. But it's just, it sucks because there's so many times when I believed or when I knew that that it's like my government's poor. Like my New Orleans, we are poor. Like we're there. We can say that we got a whole bunch of different stuff together, but we're just poor-minded. We're like all on like this weird railing cart that's like, you're rich, give us your money. Why? Because we said so, and it's a good intention, and if you don't, then we'll judge you afterwards. Ooh, judgy. And then there's people on the opposite side of it that say, well, I don't have to give my money because I don't care for people. Other than that, it's like, if you think you're better than me, then you have to give me your money. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. You never had to do that. You never have to give your money for a cause that you don't feel as though it's right or something like that. And if you don't give your money or you don't have your money, it's like the 70s were, in my opinion, the music of people who in some ways were so, they were just far gone. They were just ready for death in some ways. Like, they were just ready to leave. They learned about everything that was going on in the world, and they just had enough. But it's like, you have to think about, though, the status or the traction that gets to some people sometimes. That this whole, I'm not saying that cool stuff didn't come out of it. There we go. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright, I'm not saying that cool stuff didn't come out of it, and then, but people could have been so much more business minded. Like, they could have been so much more adaptable to certain things if they had just given themselves the chance to be able to be like molded in some cases, because there are other people that have lived it and know how to do it. And I myself don't believe that there are, got him. I just myself don't believe that there are that many roadblocks in order for you to get to the place that you really want to be, But also too, in the same sense, if you're not, and he just keeps running around like a dumbass. Oh, you fucking son of a bitch. Shut out my shotgun. Oh well. I'm currently smoking Camel Smooths because, yeah, because that's what I'm doing. Alright, I'm gonna stop smoking right now. Okay, just like propel them towards me. But yeah, basically thinking that like you need to let go of something. There's like sometimes there's something wrong with people like that. But there's also sometimes wrong with people who think there's something wrong with people all the time. there's what's the word? It's like predictive hypochondriacs. I just killed myself. Awesome. Amazing. Predictive hypochondriacs. Not predictive. What's the word? Divertive hypochondriacs. That's what it is. To believe that in some cases, if there is a mixture of behavior, if there's a mixture of behavior that seems ununiform, then there must be or is a there we go. Walk off this ledge. Okay, now I'm gonna get out my shotgun because I need to get out my shotgun. Combat shotgun. Oh, that's funny. Maybe if I switch okay, I had to go on missile launcher again because this dude's really, really bad. Here we go. Okay, let's go upstairs and check things out. Alright. I died because there was 3 more and I didn't know it. Man. There was like 12 in there. It's bullshit. Yeah. And yes, I have oily hair sometimes. And it's quite amazing. Feels good. Especially when I sweat, because it's awesome. Alright. Alright, now I'm gonna go in here. I have 8 left. And I'm not gonna waste a single moment. Yes, didn't waste it. Didn't waste a moment. I'm gonna go downstairs and get some water because I'm at 49 minutes. All right, here we go. But yeah, I okay, here we go. Oh, awesome! That's what I have to do. Why the fuck was it walking for no reason? Okay, believing that you have a sickness or something like that, it really is like, it would have to be a parasite. Like, it would have to be like some sort of like really, really bad parasite. Fucking got him though. That's what happens to those fuckers. I don't know where people got it in their minds that it's like caring for your fellow man meant caring what your fellow man cared about. Not to say like if they're doing something terrible, or if they're like trying to create a narrative that causes harm to someone. Like that's a different story altogether. But oh shit. Damn it. There we go. Alright, I hate looking at these fuckers, so pipe rifle, bottle caps, 10mm rounds, nice. Dinner fork, awesome. Bottle caps. But yeah, basically I find it harder and harder to be able to got him. Silver fork, awesome. Got him. Alright, silver pocket watch. Alright, gonna have to throw something. Hardened sniper rifle, missile launcher. We're gonna have to get the missile launcher, but we're gonna not hit the stairwell this time. We're gonna go up, and there's more. Alright. There is more. Always more. Alright, here we go. But yeah, that's kind of the reasons why I just kind of stick to myself most of the time. I stick to myself because I don't like big crowds where viruses can move really quickly. And, you know, just basic reasons. Stuff like that.
Yes.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I'm sure he's gonna give me a bunch of items though, so I'm gonna get my go to aid, see if I found any Rad-X. Didn't get it. Awesome. Stim pack. Alright, here we go. We're gonna have to go in and bait him. Or just shoot. There he is. Right there. At the top of the stairs. He's a hard boss to fight. I'm glad he got stuck on the stairs. And so I'm gonna have to throw some let's get Reba in here. No, wait. Fire it. Nope. Wait. Combat shotgun. Molotov cocktail. Purify him. That's stupid. Oh shit. I forgot to go downstairs and didn't realize that I set one on fire. And he is hiding like a little bitch. The little bitch he is. Oh, I don't have any more of those. Hardened sniper rifle. Shut up. There we go. But yeah, basically that's the reason why I radiated blood and pre-war money. That's enough to realize that I need to go back into that bedroom and see what's going on there. Bottle caps. Crew basement key. Cool. Had no idea I needed to do it in this order. That's really cool. Alright, hopefully there's nothing that big inside this basement. Because I don't know. Oh my god. It's a whole place, isn't it? It's a tunnel. There's a tunnel in there. Oh shit. Oh fucking shit. I gotta open. There's no way I'm gonna defeat those dudes. Unless I throw a Molotov cocktail in there and set everything on fire. Who knows? Maybe the irradiated. Oh my god. Awesome. I quick saved. Didn't I? I quick saved. And there was an armored freaking ghoul in there. That's such bullshit. Crippled now, I think. Alright, hopefully I can get something. 141, never ending. Let's do this. Got him. 10mm round, duct tape. Enraging 10mm pistol. I don't think that works. It's probably very poor aim, maybe. It's probably what's so enraging about it. Oh, fucking A, dude. Good job. This little bitch didn't know it hit him. Alright, let's go in here and clean up shop. Hopefully this dude's not in here. And hopefully... Oh, fucking shit. I need to go. Oh shit, what the fuck happened? No! I didn't... No! God damn it. Okay, cool. Got him. Now I'm down to 11 bullets, and hopefully have enough bullets to be able to get through. 16 for Viva, Super Sledge. I'm gonna have to go with Super Sledge. Let's do this. Going guns a, I mean, sledges a swinging. So that's my whole thing. Why do you like horror? Why do you like anything? Awesome. He fucking murdered me in one hit. Like the little bitch he is. Alright. So basically, if the information superhighway is so amazing, then why haven't I gotten more freaking hits on my thing? It's probably because of my demeanor and the personality. God damn it! But yeah, that's my my thing. That's my topic for today. That's the reason why I got hit in one hit, because. Fucking bastardos. Alright, got him. Both arms. I went into my freaking inventory, bitches. Awesome. 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 Got him. And what else can I use? I can use my... Got him. Yes. Awesome. That was a strategy that I should have been using the entire time. So, come on. Come on. Hey. Bottle cap. Patch 3-piece suit. I'm good. There is a wall missing here. And 50 caliber rounds. What? 38 fragmentation mine. Awesome. Pulse mine. That's what I want. I don't want a pipe snake rifle. They do minimal damage. So. Theodore's personal terminal. Let's go down to who cares. I can't fucking die. None of us can. I've spent hundreds of years trying to teach these creatures how to act human. Yep, he's went insane because he tried to make sure that ghouls could talk again that are already irradiated and all the other different stuff. Oh man. Alright, here we go. Aw, damn it. That is not... Aw, damn it. Okay. It's unlocked advanced. Makeshift battery. That's cool. Oh, there's a weapons workbench down here. Alright, there are a lot of things that went into my fascination with them. When I first saw the Living Dead movie when I was about 10 or 11, I think, I kind of took to it. I thought it was cool. The Night of the Living Dead Part 2 was the first one that I saw. Night of the Living Dead Part 1 was pretty freaking out there, and it was like terror, I guess, but the dude was coming slowly and like really far off and stuff like that. And I think that was the second one too. They both started, but they all both ended differently. So, I think most of the time, when I would, ooh, that'd be so cool if you get on motorcycles. I think Miami is gonna have vehicles. Just saw the new trailer for it. I'm freaking psyched up. Psyched. Psyched up. Psycho. Psyched. Psychedelic. Psycholo. Semen. Alright, it's gonna be fun. Fallout Miami is gonna be tight. It's gonna be so tight. Oh man. And also too, the reason why I think I watched it and liked it is because there were a lot of deaths going on, and a lot of murders, and a lot of different people dying and stuff like that. And that's basically what I got from most of the stuff is not that people were innocent or guilty. It's just, I mean, like, people weren't doing anything about it, and it kind of got to me a little bit. There were so many murders that happened in the 90s that were just so atrocious and terrible. But I think what people really need to do is, like, oh cool, he's hanging from the ceiling. Toy rocket ship. He's a toy rocket ship. I don't know why he's hanging from the ceiling. He glitched through the floor on the upstairs. And get rid of. Nope, already. Oh, I could have got a tactical piercing into a machine gun. And I got miscellaneous junk, aluminum. Get rid of the Albraxo cleaner, aluminum, ball peen hammer, coffee cup. I read a copper, but I didn't need to. Desk fan. Toaster. White plate. There we go. I think the more I started getting into the whole thing of it, the more I started realizing that, like, I had, like, really weird tendencies. Like, I had bad tendencies sometimes. I had bad tendencies. Like, they were just bad. Like, they were just really bad tendencies that I just never even thought of. I don't know, man, they were so bad. Like, I realized that most of the stuff that I was actually thinking about, and the reason why, like, I even was, like, not placed, but the reason why I even came to this world, or he decided as a little microbial to freaking do what I wanted to do, I freaking, I wanted so badly to freaking, to be taken seriously on a platform. That's probably one of the reasons why I decided to do all the stuff that I did with art. I went into a contest, I won, or I got like third place or something like that. I don't know. I got a prize, a plaque. It's pretty cool. I steadily realized that I didn't have much talent for contests. They didn't really prove anything to me that I had the talent. It just, maybe I knew that I had the talent already. I just wanted to kind of get like $1,000 or something like that. That's the reason why I went into it. I wanted to win money. Oh man. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, boy. Got freaking finger sandwiches. I'm ready to go. Really cool if you could open up that door for that thing, but you can't. And oh wait, cool. 12 shotgun shells. Whoa, tightness. Yardstick. Yeah, I'm losing health quickly. I need to go get some Radaway. I think I have Radaway now, so. Awesome. Oh. All right, I have Radaway now, I think. No, I don't. I did not have any Radaway. I need to realize that, I guess. I really wish you could take more stuff from there. And I'm gonna eat these sandwiches. I went the wrong way. Alright, got down to a bunch of different stuff. I gotta take out my fragmentation grenades. Take out my hardened sniper rifle. Fragmentation grenades. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna fast travel. I'm actually gonna go do some of the quests. Follow the Freedom Trail. Talk to Jack Calvert. Devil's Due. Listen to Sergeant Lee's holotape. Alright, okay. I'm gonna go on the map though. I'm gonna click data, I'm gonna quests. Find fusion cores, 2 out of 3. I've already found 2 fusion cores. Go to Piper's office. Report your success to settlers at Tempenine's Bluff. Let's go to map. Sanctuary, rocket truck stop. Robotics disposal unit. Tempenine's Bluff. Turpentines, or turpentines. Oh.
Don't care much for digging. That place?
Did you have any luck with those raiders?
I took care of those raiders for you.
Really? Well, that's the best news I've heard in a long time. By the way, help yourself to the workshop over there. We'd be glad to consider you a friend.
Alright, we're gonna go up to what's the smallest one. We're gonna get some charisma. And then see our quests. Optional. Search destroyed caravan for clues. And if it had anything to do with Covenant, then I'm gonna bow. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the map. Woodland Cemetery. Search. So good.
caravan was hit awfully close to Covenant, all right.
Fusion cell. Army fatigues. There's got to be another dude around here somewhere. Where'd he die?
What is it?
Oh shit! Alright, we're gonna get the tiniest one. For left. I'm gonna go inside here and see if I can find some right away. I need more finger sandwiches. I'm gonna go back downstairs and get some more because that was definitely just an appetizer. Having a D, and about an hour and 31 minutes, but I've been doing a bunch of quests. Did a couple of things, and thank you for listening if you ever do. I know that there's no one out there actually watching, or if they're watching incognito, then thank you for watching, and be yourself, and realize you are your own personal bomb squad. You can defuse situations that happen, and you can make sure that people are safe and have a brighter future for tomorrow. And the best way of doing that is being positive, having a positive outlook on life, because the more you blame people for some sort of thing that you think that they've done, or you think that anyone has done, the more you'll realize that your happiness suffers too. And the more you hold on to hate, the more it just envelops you inside. And that's sometimes what I think people lose themselves in. And that's what I think will actually cause the apocalypse, is just hating too many people at once, or not realizing that everyone gets their judgment. Sometimes it's not by God or it's probably by the universe. It's some sort of judgmental thing that when people kind of like think about stuff, I don't think about that, but I mean, I don't think it's like something like extraterrestrial or otherworldly, but or paranormal, but just believe in yourself and realize that if you're around that behavior, then just move. You know, don't go into it thinking that you'll change it. Don't go into things thinking that you'll change people. don't think that you'll change anyone's outlook on life, because if you go in trying to, then you'll come out disappointed. But if you go in setting forth an idea, people will actually respect you. And then not only if they think like you, not only if they won't think like you, but they'll think, wow, I really respect that person and their ideas and their opinions. If that person has to realize that I admire that person, then it doesn't matter if they have conflicting ideas or conflicting ideologies from me. Because, I mean, just realize it, I guess. Doesn't matter if they're living their life a different way. I mean, like, live and let live is kind of a big reason for a lot of people not going to war. And the reasons for it is there are a lot of real world consequences for harboring hate inside your body and inside your mind, inside all of it. Just lets off a stench and an energy that just doesn't help. And just realize that you're a great person, and you deserve kindness. If not, and if so, pretty much anything else as well. Have a good day, and be yourself.